decided that I'm just gonna start posting really random videos all the time about our life on the farm and Homestead that we're working on. We moved out here in May of 2020. We came out here in March 2020 to see it, fell in love, bought it, moved in May. So it is now February 27th of 2021, and so far we have expanded our property, and we've got 2 cows. We have a calf-cow pair. We've got a couple turkeys. We've got chickens. I have my first peacock that is about a year of age, not quite. He doesn't have his train yet. We've got guineas, ducks, and I have now received some frizzles, and I am obsessed with my new chickens, the roosters, and they are Cerama bantams. We've got 4 dogs. We had 5. We just lost our COVID puppy yesterday morning. We found him torn apart, and that was absolutely horrific. It was horrific. We are having our neighbors and friends come over tonight and hunt. We're gonna hunt tonight. Doing this is hard. Doing this is very hard. It's also amazing. But it's hard. It's exhausting. I don't sleep throughout the night because I'm always getting up and checking on things. I'm hearing sounds, and I can't ever just sleep through that. I have to get up and make sure everything is okay. And we've been clearing a lot of our property. We're getting married in July, and we're clearing a lot and putting up a lot of buildings as well for the animals, and some of them are going to be for the wedding. And so this is just going to be my posting, my rants, my happiness, the joy that this brings, and just kind of cover all bases, have people follow me that are curious about this lifestyle, hopefully help them learn anything. We're still learning. We're the first generation, and with that comes all of the hardships and learning the hard way, and the tears and the blood and everything that goes into this life. We haven't started gardening yet. We live in Eastern Tennessee, and it rains all the time. This winter has been especially difficult. We lost all of our 100% dappled boers that we were going to have a breeding program for, and it just wiped them all out. We had our vet come out, and she's very blunt and very forward, and doesn't hide anything or sugarcoat anything, which we appreciate and expect from our vet. And even she said people that she's been working with for 30 years, or people that have done goats for 30 years, are having problems this winter, and they're losing goats and they're getting sick, and they've just never seen anything like it. So I told her to criticize us and tell us everything we're doing wrong, and so she had very little to say with what we were doing wrong, which made us feel really good, because when you start losing your animals, that guilt that you have is something that weighs on you. And to hear from our vet that we're actually doing everything right, it's just the season, it makes you feel better, but at the same time you're still losing your animals, and that is really hard. So we've had 1 birth on the farm so far, and that was one of our goats. We had 9 goats, 3 of which we rehomed. The other ones passed, and 2 are still alive, and those are the mixed breeds. Our mixed breeds are healthy, sturdy, and just fine. It was the weak genetics of the purebred dapples. They just didn't have good genetics, and you know, it is what it is. So we now have a little baby girl on the farm. Her name is Elon, after the Tesla guy, Elon. And she's just precious. She's doing really well. She was born I think earlier this month. So she's probably about 3 weeks old now, maybe 2.5, 3 weeks, and she's precious. I haven't hatched anything yet. We haven't got any breeding going on. We just started getting our turkeys to mount, and we lost our Tom on my birthday, so that sucked. We had coyotes come out and get him, and we found him, and we ended up trying to nurse him back to health, but it didn't work. And then we had 3 turkeys, and we lost 2 of them to coyotes, and that was all within a couple days of each other. As soon as we realized we didn't have any predator issues at all for the longest time, our property had been vacant. So we have since started locking them up, and there's been no issues. Everything's been fine. We've lost a couple baby guineas, light-colored guineas, to hawks in the air. So locking up baby guineas, especially light-colored ones when they're really little, is a good idea. I did not know that. They just kept disappearing, like, and they don't just run off. You know, they stay with their herd, or their flock. So that was odd. So I actually posted, I'm really big on going on Facebook and going to like the homesteading pages and all of the individual animal pages and asking questions and learning that way. And a lot of the times very helpful. Thing is you really have to have thick skin for it, because people are assholes, and you could ask something and it can make you feel like the dumbest person in the world. But you know, you have to be like, hello, I think we're all learning here. You've been here before too, so center yourself, ground yourself here, because you are not any better than I am. You know, teach me rather than criticize me is always what I say. And that does help. So everything was going well, and we figured we got it all down to not having any issues with predators, and then all of a sudden a lion or a massive bobcat we're hunting. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you in tune for that. But it's either a massive bobcat, or a mountain lion, which there are here, and there have been sightings of a black one. And the way that the pup was eaten was clearly by some type of cat. So that's just a brand new predator. You think you get it down, and then here comes another one, you know. So it's crazy. So always, you know, look up what your local predators are, because you'll be fine until you're not, and you need to start from the beginning like you're not fine, because that's when you're gonna start losing your animals. So yeah, this is my starter video of just me ranting and talking and just going on with my experiences, and I hope that it's helpful. Because we're starting from scratch. Kieran, my fiance, did a little bit of it in the past, but he was often gone for work, so his family had done a lot of the work, and same with mine. When I was a kid, I lived on like a 54-acre walnut orchard, and we had some horses and chickens and bunnies and, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, we have pigs too right now. Excuse me, I forgot to include the pigs. We've got some pigs. We finally butchered our first pig last month, and that was really interesting. I shot her myself. We had her since she was a piglet, and that was interesting. So I shot her, but I shot her too low, and so Kieran went in and shot her correctly, and then had me go in with the knife and the jugular, and I cried the entire time. I have it on video. I'll post it. But I cried the whole time, but he was there reassuring me and saying, you can do it, because I'm like, I can't. And he's like, yes, you can, get it in there, just do this, you know. And I'm like, all right. Not waiting. But I did it. So and I'm also somebody who, it takes a minute to be able to eat what you harvest. I was like that with eggs, even as odd as that is, but it took me a minute. And you know, this is a lifestyle. You have to be okay with it, and there might be a point in time where the world might be shut down, you know, and you need to be able to feed yourself. And so you have to be strong, you have to be tough, and you have to just get over it and do it. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, so welcome to my channel.